Good morning, everybody. It is Tuesday, June 24th, and it's 5 o'clock in the morning. And we have a busy morning that we got to get some haying done before the rains come in. And we'll talk a little bit more about that after we get in the horse barn. I usually like to bring in the 3 Suffocks first. Come on, Earl. Come on. But sometimes I'll bring in Bill first. And I don't know what's going on with Lady. She is way overdue with this foal. And she just is not doing anything. And that's Lady in the back. But we'll bring Bill in. And then I'll open that gate for Lady. Come, Bill. Wait, Lady. He always goes into the stall. Get back, 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 get back. Bill, get in there. Bill, hey. Hey. Hey, no. Hey, you little stinker. You little stinker. Come here. Hey. Come here. That's not good. Come on, guys. Come on. Come on, come on now. Come on. Come on. Come on. I'm sure they'll all come in, but I just don't want Bill to be chasing them like he does sometimes. Come on, guys. Come on, get in here. Come on, get in here. Come on. Come on. A little bit of chaos around here this morning. Get in there. Get in there. Come on, guys. Come on. Come on. Belle, get in here. Get in there. Hey. Get in there. Get in there. Come on. Get in there. Come on. Earl, come on. Well, I gotta put the camera down and get some of these horses hitched before we have more trouble. Go, Belle. I don't usually put grain in their stalls. Come here. Come here. Come on, Earl. Earl, come on. Hey. Come on. Get it back. So that's exactly why I usually bring the Suffolks in first, so we don't have issues like that. But that's actually the first time that Bill hasn't actually just gone into a stall. And it's just the way it goes sometimes. So let's open up this gate for Lady. I need to shut the gate because during the day the cows are allowed to come in this area also, and they tend to get too many people in this pen and hit this post, and it kicks that post out. So I need to keep this gate shut so they don't come in this pen. But I want Lady in this pen so she can have her hay and grain. Come on, Lady. She looks fat enough, but my goodness, she's like, I have to check, but she's like a good week overdue, and she's still not showing much of a bag on her. So we'll just have to keep you updated as to what's going on with her. Maybe even before I upload this video, we'll have news, but as of right now, the old girl hasn't popped. Anyways, we'll get some grain into them. Come on, cats. Come on. Come on, come on, come on. As you can see, my freezer here is just about empty. And my cat food is empty. I've got oats outside in my little shed I need to go get today, obviously. But hopefully there'll be enough for this morning, and I'm sure there will. These old freezers sure work great for storing grain. Horses are all waiting patiently. It's already getting quite warm out. Yesterday it was 95 degrees. And I had a fan going in the horse barn all day. I had 2 teams out in the morning and 2 teams out in the afternoon. But they didn't work too hard. It was just so hot. I chose not to work them too much. So we'll give Lady her grain. And now we'll go back and get their minerals. As you notice, we have all the windows out of our horse barn here. So this is our mineral. We just give every horse 1 little cup full. Brent asked if I wanted her to come out and film, and I said no, I can get it, but it sure would be a lot easier if she had come out, actually, because I can't. It's a little bit hard to do both. She said she'd come out when I started raking. Like I said, it's 5 o'clock in the morning, and it's still starting to warm up pretty good. So we need to keep both these doors open so that we have plenty of airflow. And to help with the airflow, we set up the fan. And that helps with the airflow a lot. And I just leave all the doors open and let the wind blow through. And on these warm days, the horses much prefer being in the barn because it's cooler and out of the flies. So I'm gonna get some breakfast and get back out here because I hope to start raking by 6 o'clock. And I'll explain some of the things we're doing after we get to raking. Catch up. Gee. So this morning we have Duke and Earl. It's 5 or 6 in the morning. And we're going to be raking hay. And I will explain why when we get to the field. Here we G, 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 G. Oh. Bag up, bag up, bag up, bag up, bag up. Bag up, bag up, bag up. Yep. Duke and Earl have been doing really good, and I'm very pleased with how well they are doing, but just want to show you something here, that these guys are not perfect and they have still a long ways to go. And I think a lot of people think I edit out all the bad stuff. Well, the majority of the time they do work really good, and I do not have to edit anything out to make them look good. They just do look good and work good. But as you can see this morning, they were not working that good. And I was even getting a little bit irritated at them, and even getting a little bit harsh with them. But sometimes that's pretty well what you have to do to get good working horses, and they're going to improve tremendously, I'm sure. And but sometimes you do have to be a little bit forceful to make sure they work and make sure they do what you want them to do. Bye. Up here. Oh. Oh. Back up here. Oh. 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 Step a little bit. Gee. Ew. Nappy G. Cast up. Huh? Oh, what the heck you doing? A careful step. Careful. Earl. Earl was scared and just stopped. Just the tractor and just.
Oh my goodness. Oh, easy.
Expect it from Duke, but not from Earl. Okay guys, it's a beautiful, beautiful day. It's supposed to be another hot, hot one. Yesterday they said it got to 95 and I believe it did. So I had an easy day for the horses. I went out first thing in the morning with Bill and Baron and actually went to the woods for a little while, hoping to get a wagon load of logs. And I cut a few trees and skidded them, and then my skid steer gave me more troubles. I've just been having a nightmare of a time with my old skid steer. A few weeks ago, I had just got another wheel bearing fixed on it, and then all of a sudden my back tire locked it up on me. And it turned out, we found out afterwards, that it was a broken chain. And but even before we even took it to the shop, I said enough's enough. I'm going to do some serious looking for a skid steer. So I actually did find one. I found a Kubota, an SS65, and it's actually not that old. It's supposed to be a 2023, which is only 2 years old or 3 years old probably. And but my goodness, it looks like it's 20 years old. It was a machine that was in a cow barn and just got a lot of manure on it, and so it did a lot of damage to the outside. Basically the paintwork is pretty well shot. But anyways, we brought it home and it did not have a bucket on it when I bought it. So driving it around on their yard, everything seemed great on it. Well, as soon as I put a bucket on it and put it under load, I put a big load of sand in there, I could definitely feel and hear there's something seriously wrong with the driving stuff. It sounded like either the chains were really loose. At one point it almost sounded like the chain even jumped a sprocket, jumped a link. And so we sent it back, sent it back to the dealership. I still had a warranty on it, and they sent it to a different dealership to figure out the problem. And at the second dealership where they're going to do the work, they couldn't find anything wrong with it. So it never bothered them for some reason. So there it is out in the distance over there. My 3-year-old Kubota that looks 20 years old. But anyways, so they sent it back. We got it home and drove around for just a little while and it seemed fine, and then all of a sudden it started doing the same old problem. With a heavy load, it was just it just wouldn't turn properly. So we're not sure what we're gonna do with that. Anyhow, got that home, and I was able to use it yesterday, and it's really nice because it's actually got air conditioning, and so I could pick up these bales and and be in comfort somewhat. So we ended up having 16 bales that we round baled, my neighbor round baled, and then I wrapped last night. It was hot enough even, kept up, that I didn't even use the horses to pick up the bales, which is very unusual. Brenda was gone also, so I didn't have her help. But being so hot, I just decided not to bother. I just used the pickup truck and hauled the 16 bales in and got them all wrapped. So that went well. So the reason why I'm raking hay at 6 o'clock in the morning is I didn't even notice, I didn't even notice as if there's any dew. There surely is not a lot. Because you wouldn't think, careful step, it'd be very wise to be out raking hay with a dew. But this hay is not for dry hay. This is for wrapped hay. So a little moisture does not hurt anything. And it's actually got really dry last night. So there's some green clumps in it. And but it should be great for wrapped hay. The other reason why I'm doing it this early is the fact that my neighbor, Owen, that does my round baling for me, I hire him to do the round baling. He is a school bus driver, and school is not completely out yet, so he still has a couple runs to do this morning, and he'll be done by 8 o'clock, and then he has to be back at the school for a certain time, and he's got his own hay to bale up. So we decided to leave the tractor and baler right here at the field, and I ran him home last night. And then after I get this raked, as soon as he gets home from his school bus job, he will come over and bale this up, and then he can go home and do his baling at his own farm. So it should work out fine. We've got hard showers coming in this afternoon, so hopefully we won't have breakdowns, and we can get this all done real quick. So we need to double windrow all this hay. So what I'm going to do to start with anyways is just come out of the windrow. So we'll turn this sharp corner, head back in, and my goal is to have a windrow that looks like a double barrel shotgun. So for his round baler, that's what he likes to make the best bale. And so it's somewhat of a challenge to keep the horses the right distance away to make that double barrel shotgun look to that windrow. But they're doing pretty good at it. Duke and Earl are kind of turning into my raking team, because if I get to do any logging, then I'll be using the other team, probably more so, at least for a little while this summer. I really wish I had the time and energy and to be able to use these two logging more, so that I could actually have them ready to maybe even go to a horse pull. That would be really fun. But they're not ready physically or mentally to do that. And so we'll work on that. So I ended up, I was hoping to get my, I was hoping to get my neighbor to come in here with a disc vine and mow this field for me. They did the first portion of this field, but that hadn't happened, so I decided, well, I'm just going to mow it myself. And this was that heavy clover that we had. You probably saw it in the earlier videos. And but anyways, I ended up using my number 9 mower, and I was really pleased at how well that worked. I sharpened up the blades razor sharp before I headed it out here, and I put the cutter bar as low to the ground as it could go and tip the knives down, and my goodness, it did a really, really nice job of mowing this field. And as you can see, there's plenty of stuff that was lodged really bad that did not cut perfectly. But overall, I was really, really pleased with it. I'm still, I guess, not quite sure to think of my new mower that I got. Well, there's some issues I don't really like about it, and the fact that I can actually feel I can actually mow better with my old one than the new one. It's a little frustrating, and maybe it's still something I'm doing wrong, I don't know. But we'll still deal with that a little bit more. But it's nice that I can do the job with my number 9, and even though it was lodged so bad, I feel that the mower did a beautiful job, all things considered. So this field is a little bit of a triangle field, and so I'm hoping to do a few windrows on this side of the field, then go to the other side of the field and end up in the center of the field, so my short windrows will be in the center. You guys that are farmers know what I mean. Last night or yesterday afternoon when I was raking what I did rake, I ended up with 3 big double windrows, and the wind was blowing enough that I'm glad it was a little bit on the damp side, because if it was really dry hay, it would have been miserable trying to keep the hay in a windrow. The wind would have just blown it all out of the field, and it's just been awful. But being a little bit damp still, it wasn't too bad. And this morning it's definitely damp, and it's not blowing so much either. When I'm haying, whether it's cutting hay or raking hay and baling hay, I'm actually looking at the forecast a lot about the speed of the wind too. We get a lot of wind up here, and when you're mowing hay, that makes it hard to cut hay, because a lot of your grasses will blow right over in the wind, and if you're going the way the wind is blowing, you tend to have troubles mowing it. I'm seeing quite a lot of green coming up in this hay as I rake it, but that's okay. Last night there was quite a lot of green in it also, and it was just about what I would say perfect for haylage, and so I think we're going to be okay. And I don't think there's much of a dew, so I don't think there's much added moisture from that. This thick clover, as you can see by the size of these windrows, is very hard to dry. There's no way, I don't believe I could have got it dry to make square bales today before the rains came, so I'm glad I have the option of wrapping it. Careful. I don't think I've ever raked hay this early in the morning. I've always been told that with clover hay and alfalfa hay, I'm assuming too, I don't have alfalfa, but with clover hay, if you were to rake it on the day you're going to bale it before the dew, and do it before the dew is off, it helps preserve the leaves and keeps the leaves on the plant. But I've always been a little bit scared to do that because I want to make sure my hay is dry. And as soon as you put it into a windrow, it still dries some, of course, but it's just dries better when it's laying out flat. So Duke and Earl are who I have this morning, of course, and it's difficult when you have one horse that walks fast and one horse that walks slow to keep them together. Now that's somewhat the case with these two. Earl is generally a quite fast walker, and Duke is generally by nature a slower walker. And so I do have to keep after him a little bit to keep up to Earl. For almost every job I have, I would prefer a fast horse. There are jobs like cultivating the garden and things like that a slow horse is preferred. But most of the jobs I prefer them fast. So I'd rather, when I have a situation like this, I don't try to slow my fast horse down. As long as he's walking, I don't want him to go, I don't want him to trot, but as long as he's walking a nice pace, I don't try to slow him down. I just try to speed the slower horse up. So in this case, I just try to speed up Duke a little bit, which is my right-hand horse, and I can do that just by tapping him a little bit, and he comes up better. He does very well, even though he's a natural slow walker. He does quite well as far as speeding up and walking a faster pace. I think that helps. I think it helps when I use him with Bill in the woods, because he's a lot more aggressive in the woods, and so that tends to help him to go faster. In the position I'm in right now, I'm sitting behind Earl. This is the worst place I could be sitting, but Brenda's on the cart right now, of course, but if I was sitting on her side, it would help some, but then I have my whip that I use very, very seldom that is kind of right in my way. So today I'll probably just live with it a little bit. I just reach over once in a while and just kind of hit him a little bit with the lines to keep him moving a little bit. Once in a while I'll take my whip out like this and I'll tap him a little bit. I don't want him to run, so it's just a tiny little tap, but he's actually pretty good about it. And sometimes you just don't worry about it and go with the flow. Of course, I have a hard time doing that because I'm very particular when it comes to my horses. Anyways, this is the third windrow here. I'm going to turn around and go one time back and then swing over and get the 3 windrows done on the other side so that we can end up with our short rows down the center. So guys, let me know what you think about my old Kubota that pretty near brand new, and it looks like that. At some point I'll give you a close-up of it. When you open the back up where the motor is, it looks like a really, really, really nice machine. So it's 20 after 6, so it won't take us too long to get this raked up. When I'm raking with these guys, or any horses basically, I never stop to rest. Once in a while, a couple times yesterday I stopped because I saw a stone laying in the field, so I picked it up, and that's why I had those 2 stones on when I got started and threw them on the stone boat. That was ones I picked up from the field.
So this morning we got to get these bales picked up before the rains come in, which should not be a problem. But Brenda is going to be gone again, so I'm going to have to do it alone. So I'll probably use the truck again this morning. I don't really want to trust my horses to stand in the middle of the field while I load hay onto the wagon. So I'll probably use the truck and we'll get it done that way. But anyways, Brenda has a trip she's about ready to take, and she's leaving next Sunday, so I've got to get used to doing things myself anyways, because I will be all alone here on the farm for 10 days. So I'll let Brenda talk and she can explain where she's going and what's up.
Well, I guess I really don't have to feel guilty about it, which I usually do feel bad when I leave. But this was a surprise trip that was given to me by my 2 daughters and my son and a really good friend. They surprised me on my birthday with a trip to, we're going to Scotland. And we're leaving this weekend. I've always wanted to go. Never thought I would go. But they are taking me. And I am so excited. Like Jim said, I'm going to be gone for 10 days. And we're going to the northeast corner of Scotland. And I can't wait. It's going to be really great, but I do feel bad every time I go, and Jim is left here to do everything all by himself. So that is a bummer. That's the one bummer. But I am so excited.
So if any of you guys out there are from Scotland, what'd you say, the northeast corner?
Near I'm not saying it like the Scottish people. Near Aberdeenshire.
Anyways,
Sure.
if any of you guys happen to see 3 lovely ladies, actually 4 because their friend's going, 4 lovely ladies walking around as tourists, don't be surprised, it might be Brenda. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. You have a great day, and we'll keep you updated and let you know about Ladies FOAL as soon as it happens. Have a good one. By the way, it's 5 of 7, so less than an hour. We got it all done. Catch up. Huh?